y'all, tis I, and welcome back to my channel. I've just been so burnt out recently, no clue why, and my favorite way to get unburnt out, not really, my favorite way to relax is to watch movies, of course, if you couldn't tell. But my watch list is endless, and picking out movies genuinely feels like I'm being held at gunpoint, like it's absolutely terrifying for no reason. So I thought I'd let random movie generators pick my movie night. Now I'm gonna be watching 2 to 3 movies. I haven't really decided yet. We're gonna pick 3 movies. If I don't get to the 3rd one, that's just what's gonna happen. So let me introduce you to our random movie generators. The first one is called the Movie Ranking Database. Now, I've never used any of these generators before, so I'm really excited to see how they're going to perform, essentially. Genre, we're going all subgenre, any decade, any streaming provider, any. If we have to pull a little Jack Sparrow, we will. Runtime under 242 minutes. How long is 224 minutes? 4 hours? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We'll put it under like 2.5 hours. That's like my cutoff. Okay, let's see what our random movie is gonna be. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not mad about this at all. I love the X-Men. I don't remember the first one. So it's gonna be really fun to just dive into this straight up. Stryker, a villainous former army commander, holds the key to Wolverine's past and the future of the X-Men. The threat reignites the call for a Mutant Registration Act. Okay. Runtime is 2 hours, 13 minutes. Honestly, I think this is gonna be fine because when superhero movies are like over 2 hours, I don't even notice. So I'm excited for this. I love X-Men. First movie is a check. Our second site is called Real Good, and it's a movie generator. Who could have guessed? Okay, let's just see what they have for us. The Price of a Broken Heart. I've never heard of this movie. After almost 20 years of marriage, Dorothy and Joe Huddlemeyer divorced after Joe reveals a 3-year affair with his secretary Lynn. Devastating, defiant, Dorothy discovers an obscure law that allows her to sue Lynn for breaking up her marriage. What follows is a difficult legal battle that sees Dorothy both vilified and supported by various media outlets who have wildly differing views of the case. Oh, this is based on a true story. Okay, this is a little messy. This seems a little messy. That's okay. It's only an hour and a half, which I feel like if it was any longer, I wouldn't want to watch it. So, movie number 2, check. The final site is called Randomer. Again, random movie generator. I don't know if we're gonna get to this movie, if I'm being honest. We'll see how the night goes because it's already 7 p.m. But I'm gonna try my best. So I have it picking one movie. Everything is the same. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Dying Young. Okay. It has Julia Roberts in it. Love. Answering an ad for an attractive female to care for a sick young man, Hillary becomes the caretaker of well-bred Victor, who is fighting leukemia. Okay, so this is gonna be sad. That's all I'm hearing is that this is gonna be a sad movie. I really want to pick on, this doesn't have a happy ending, but we're not gonna spoil it. Apparently it's based on a novel. It's about 2 hours long. We'll see if we get to it, but we're just gonna jump straight in with X2. I love the X-Men, so this is perfect. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Let's get to it. There she is. Like I said, I'm really excited for this because I love X-Men. So let's get straight into it. I forgot James Marsden was Cyclops in this movie. And now I'm like really geeked to watch it. I may have to look up what all the mutants do because I don't remember like most of them. Obviously I remember Storm, her bad, so.
Nice to see you.
That's my wife. That's my wife.
Hi, Logan.
Oh, hey Jean. Husband. Hey. Storm's wife. I definitely need to like really look up what all of the mutants do and what their names actually are. I know Bobby's eyes, the girl Bobby's dating is Electric. I don't know. But yeah. I also forgot how much this is gonna sound crazy. I forget how much the US government pisses me off, especially in these movies, because they're just like, mutants are bad. I do kind of wish I got the first X-Men movie just so that I could see Charles. Oh, Jesus, Marston, my love! Look at my husband! I wanted to see Charles and Magneto in love. Because
your bike needs gas.
You know. Yo, it's my girl, Mystique! Mystique! She's literally one of my favorite characters. Like, she's one of my favorite mutants of all time. Like, she is that girl. My favorite lovers are here together again. Look at them. They're literally in love with each other. Hello? No one can convince me that these two aren't madly in love with each other. They've invaded the school, but it's okay. Because Logan is being hot. Look at this man. Not him. Him. Look at him. Listen, I'm all for letting Hugh Jackman back into musical theater and letting him play the silly little roles that he likes. But you have to admit, he was Wolverine for a reason. Look at him. This is a man. I know I'm fucked in the head when I'm sitting here watching Magneto kill somebody by ripping the iron out of his blood. And I'm like, that's literally baby girl. Like, I love him. Like, you can't tell me this man is not cold as hell. Look at this. Magneto is the coldest person ever. Like, Bobby is cold, but look at this shit. Look at this. What is he doing? What? I'm obsessed with him. I literally love him. Like, he's so funny. He's so iconic. He is that bitch. He is that bitch. Imagine having a cunt off and Magneto is your opponent. Well, what the hell do you do? You leave. That's literally it. That's literally all you can do. One of my favorite things about this movie and about Mystique is just how creative they can get with the characters, essentially. Basically, like, obviously Mystique can turn into anybody. So I feel like the actors have like a really fun time like playing this woman. Like, she turned into Stryker and she was just like that's so fun. It's so creative, if that makes sense. Movie 1 is done. I finished X-Men. I love that movie. And now I'm like literally inclined to watch all of the rest of the X-Men movies. I'm not even gonna lie. But we have 2 more movies to get through, so I'm not going to. I love this movie. I love this movie. I like the concept of the X-Men has always kind of scared me because of the fact that I hate how against mutants the humans are. Like, I feel like in my head it just feels like that ruins the movie completely because it's just so annoying. But at least in this movie, of course, it is a main plot point. Like, Stryker is literally trying to turn the humans against the mutants, like, completely. Like, there was the whole attack on the White House, there was the attack on the school, and all of that stuff obviously is the main plot point. But I feel like it was well done to where you weren't just like, turn this off, like, I can't listen to these people complain anymore. Obviously, it's a superhero movie. They're trying to get together to save the day. And they did. And it was lovely, and I loved it, if you couldn't tell by my little mini reactions throughout the movie. I'm really interested to see how the X-Men are going to be fitting into the MCU now that they're becoming like an official integral part of the MCU. I don't know, the X-Men are just kind of on such a different level than like the Avengers and everything, but I do think they'll fit in well, especially with like how much of this new phase for the MCU is about like people being against the superheroes and like starting to question the morality of having superheroes and of the like superheroes themselves. So they're definitely like fit in. But it's just gonna be interesting to see like the dichotomy of like how they treat Yelena, who's completely human, versus like an X-Men who was a mutant. Like, they were born different. It'll just be interesting to see. Again, I love this movie. It was so good. I was literally trying to do work during the movie and I feel like I could have done more because this movie was 2 hours. And that's what I love about the X-Men movies too, is that they don't feel like they're that long and you're left wanting more, which I think is why they made so many movies in the first place. The flow was great. And I think I said at the beginning that I was worried about like not being able to recognize the characters because I haven't seen the movie in so long and some of them aren't as like popular, I guess. But I really like how, one, you were able to, like, even if you see this movie like completely separately, you were able to pick up on like what happened in the previous movie and what's going on now. Like, very easily. It was like how they brought it up was lovely. And again, with the characters like that I didn't even remember, like Rogue, I don't know if Bobby was new, I don't know if Pyro was new, just like you got to understand them very quickly. They obviously became an integral part of the story. I feel like I could remember all of the characters by name, which is a good thing. Like, I feel like I can remember all of the main characters by name, which is something that does kind of get lost in translation with like ensemble casts, is that you just completely forget who's named who does what, yada yada. Honestly, the X-Men movies can be like a really good case study for like studying how to make ensemble casts, especially ensemble casts with such big personalities for each character really work. I really want to keep watching X-Men movies, but I'm not going to. I'm going to watch the second movie, which I don't remember the name of. It was The Price of a Broken Heart. I don't recognize any of the actors' names who were in this movie, but we're still gonna give it a try anyway. Well, obviously we're gonna give it a try, but I'm excited to see what's gonna come of this movie. I feel like the first one we got was really good. Hoping that this one is also good. I'm gonna see if any of my friends will log this on Letterboxd actually. But this movie, X-Men, I was also worried about getting X2 because of the fact that it was a sequel. It's the second movie in a franchise. Again, didn't think I was gonna really catch on to everything that was going on, but like I said, I did pretty easily, and it was great. I like that they kept saying the characters' names over and over again because that's a really good like reminder, but it also wasn't annoying. So I give X2 honestly 5 out of 5 stars. Like, I really, really enjoyed it, and it kind of reignited my love for superhero movies, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, now we're on to movie 2, The Price of a Broken Heart. Okay, we are starting movie number 2 at 10:38. It's 10:38, we're starting the next movie. My goal is to watch all 3 of these tonight. I keep replaying it because I want to show you the title card because it's actually really pretty. Wait for it, there we go. Boom! The Price of a Broken Heart. And these next 2 movies I don't know anything about, but this is based on a true story of a woman suing her husband for his infidelity and how the media treats her and stuff, so I might get rage baited a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. I was incorrect. This movie is about the woman suing her husband's mistress for deliberately like meddling in their relationship and breaking them up. So we're 20 minutes in. I'm actually really liking this movie a lot more than I thought I would. Like, obviously we're not far into it, but I like the way that it's being told. Like, their story is being told from the perspective of strangers. Like, strangers are talking about like everything that's going on because they're awaiting the verdict of the trial, and then we're also seeing bits and pieces of the trial. So like, seeing the process or like the evolution of Dot and Joe's relationship is coming through the eyes of strangers, which is really interesting, a really interesting way to tell it. And I like that, like, obviously we're not gonna know the verdict until the end of the movie, but I just really like how the story is being told in general. Sorry, I just have to pop in because she just dropped an absolute bar. Basically, Dot, they're in court. She was asked about like how their sex life was and all of that, and she talked about how he started pulling back, yada yada. And then she said, honestly, this line was so heartbreaking. Like, he would sometimes like she would try to initiate something, or like she'd be just feeling lonely at night, and he would get up, go lay on the couch basically, and be like, oh, nothing's fine, just go back to sleep, I can't sleep, yada yada. She said sometimes when I was feeling extra lonely, I would go downstairs and lay by him on the couch, but it was way too narrow. That's a metaphor. You're not clocking that it's not clocking to you that she's standing on business, and she's saying that she felt their relationship getting narrower. Despite how their sexual relationship was dwindling, she was willing. She didn't care because all she wanted was to be with him. My head is gonna explode for her. Like, literally just in those 5 minutes, I was like, I'm a Dot defender. Like, that's my girl. This is really interesting because at least like the question that they just asked both Dot and Joe, they asked them the exact same question, but they both described the same night in different ways, with like her saying that they did have sex on their anniversary, him saying that they didn't. Obviously, one of them is lying. Like, it very obviously shows one is lying, one is not, who is right, who is wrong. Black and white, essentially. I'm sure like the whole story is going to unfold and be like, this wasn't so black and white, yada yada. But it's just really interesting that they're setting that up so early, that obviously we know Joe's in the wrong. He cheated, we know how it ended. But it's kind of like trying to piece together how they got there. Because obviously Dot is suing Lynn for saying that she purposely broke up their marriage. So it's just about figuring out how they got there. And it's also really interesting, like, the people in the diner discussing what's going on and like waiting for the verdict from the trial. I think it's also really interesting, one, because like obviously the whole movie is a debate about whether or not Lynn purposely broke up their marriage, but I guess in my mind it's like, she knows that he's married. She met him whilst he was married, and now he's like kind of promising all this stuff to her, like he's gonna move out on Dot. He got an apartment for them to be in together, but also when she like said something about him loving her, he said it wasn't like that. So he's kind of playing both of them, I guess. it's hard to explain, but it's just like, shouldn't it be obvious that, like, yes, she purposely broke up their marriage because she knew they were together? But I guess her defense is that, like, they're falling in love with each other. Also, I learned from, like, the court thing that he married Lynn. And we're still in court. Why? Because I feel like we have an obvious answer here.
For there anyone to be with
this is the love of my life.
And,
this woman is high-key a snake, and she's very weird. It's becoming very apparent that this is taking over the course of many, many, many years. And that, again, Joe is making all of these promises to Dot that he cannot bring himself to keep because he does still love Dot. And most of the excuses that he's giving to Lynn is that he needs to be there for his sons, but it is the fact that he does still love Dot and he does still want to be in a relationship with her. What's really crazy is that Lynn is really expecting him to leave his wife for her, his wife and his kids, and they've been together for how many years? 17 years, and she's just like, oh, it doesn't make sense why he won't leave her, why he won't move out of the house and just stay with me. Girl, what? Like, that, to me, that's just showing that he, like, even, like, what she's saying in court about, like, him not keeping his promises is showing that she knew about their relationship, obviously. She knew the nature of their relationship, that he still loved her, that he still loved his kids, and she doesn't care. But we're still in trial, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not an expert, I guess. Here's what's also interesting. All of the people in the office knew that Joe was cheating on Dot with Lynn, and they said that they didn't say anything because they wanted to keep their paycheck. They didn't want to lose their jobs. They didn't want to lose their money, so they didn't tell Dot. And they knew, like, pretty much the entire time. Are you joking? The fact that she's trying to justify the fact that he doesn't need to see his kids is crazy. Because she's trying to justify that he's saying that he wants to spend the holiday with his kids, right? Badly. And she's upset. She's like, I don't spend the holidays with my kids. Every time I come over to see you, I just give my kids to their dad. Whose fault is that?
Keep a lot of old
I feel so bad for Dot. Because she never thought the worst of him throughout all of this. Like, I don't want, like, she always kept her faith in him, kind of. And it's just, it makes me really sad for her because she never assumed that he was cheating. She kept on a brave face for her kids. Like, it's just so sad. I feel so bad for Dot. I really do.
I bought a wedding ring. I want to marry you.
You're fucking lying. He's doing this after Dot threw him a surprise party for his 40th birthday. I'm pretty sure he's doing this the day after that Dot threw him a surprise party for his 40th birthday. And what the fuck did Lynn do? She begged him to leave his wife, leave his kids to spend the holidays with her.
My fingers are swollen. Quite frankly, I couldn't.
What the hell? What the helly? He's finally breaking the news to her. This sick man. The fact that he doesn't even think to admit his affair either when he's asking her for a divorce.
I've had a lot of headaches and a lot of
this man needs to see the inside of the jail cell and never come out. Because to her, everything is fine. Like, sure, they've had a couple problems, but, like, they're good. This man is sick in the head. Genuinely. Like, I know at the start of this, I said, oh, I could go either way. This man needs to be thrown in a 6-foot deep hole and buried alive now. This is an evil man. He just told his kids that he doesn't love his wife anymore. On the phone! After she told them that they were getting a divorce. She literally gave him, like, an out. She told the kids, you know, why don't you call your father? He can explain more. Like, he still loves you guys. Like, nothing's gonna change. This man got on the phone and said, yeah, I just don't love your mother anymore. But don't worry, like, me and you, like, we're cool. We're good. Died of fodder. Now. Despite the fact that this man literally walked out on her out of nowhere, she still doesn't even want to believe that he cheated on her. That's how much she loved him. That's how much she believed in him. I'm so, like, at the beginning of this, I wasn't neutral. I was obviously on Dot's side, but, like, this man is a scumbag. Lynn can have him, honestly. They deserve each other. You a bitch and he a bitch, and y'all like twin sisters. Yeah.
It went on for so long. I mean, 3 years is forever for an affair. So
she didn't even know. She just found out that he cheated on her, and there were 3 fucking years. This man needs 3 years in Alcatraz, solitary confinement, and now his life is falling apart, all because he divorced Dot. All because he's sick in the head, and he didn't realize how good he had it. And maybe, just maybe, if he had been there to tell his kids what happened, this wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have been exposed. Dot is better than me. I don't understand how she's not crashing out right now. Because I'd be going mad. Man. I'd be going insane, out of my fucking mind.
Look at this. She is suing me. That bitch of an ex-wife of yours is suing me.
That alone is enough for Lynn to also take her ass to jail. You mean the ex-wife that he cheated on for 3 years with your bitch ass, and you knew that he was married, and you told him to leave his wife and kids? She's the bitch? They've reached a verdict. I haven't seen it yet, so I guess they're gonna do a live reaction. I hope you can hear this. I'm really scared, because like if Dot loses, I might cry. I might actually cry. They're about to say the verdict. I'm so scared. I want Dot to win so bad. She does not deserve what happened to her. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
Did the defendant, Lynn Cox, alienate the affections of the plaintiff's husband? Yes.
Yeah!
Amount, if any, of compensatory and/or punitive damages is the plaintiff entitled to recover from the defendant?
We find for the plaintiff in the sum of $1 million.
Woo! Yes! Your bitch is never gonna stop working a day in your life. Lynn has to pay $1 million. Yes! Like, obviously the jury, the court didn't hear the full story, but just from what these two bitch-ass people told them, and Dot, my queen, of course, I'm really glad that Dot got her justice. That makes me so happy. This is such a classy crash out, honestly. And now she can buy herself a house, she can take her kids on as many ski vacations as she want. Hell yeah. Okay, movie 2 is done. I liked that movie a lot more than I thought I would. Obviously it was a drama, like very dramatic, there's a lot of stuff going on. I didn't think I would be as into it as I was. Like, it was just a really compelling story throughout the entire thing. I think it's just because I felt so bad for Doc the entire time that I was just like so in it, and you could probably tell by like the clips before this, like I was getting really frustrated at the things that were happening. Dot didn't know anything. She was clueless the entire time. She never suspected it. She never thought illy of him, and he just broke her heart into a million pieces. Like, I said this so many times, I'm surprised she did not crash out more. Because if it were me, North Carolina would have been on fire. It was just such a, like, it was simple. Again, like, there was nothing super special about it. Like, the score wasn't crazy, the editing wasn't crazy, the cinematography wasn't crazy. It was just the storytelling and the structure of the film was really interesting. Of course, we see the people in the diner sort of discussing what's going on in the trial and talking about what they understand is happening. The beginning of the film was mostly like them recounting it, but like throughout the middle, like towards the end, it was just like straight, like the arc of the story. It was also interesting to see like what was going on versus like what's her name, Lynn, was saying was happening. Sorry, that shit just drove me crazy because she just straight up here and lied under oath. Like, I know she wasn't gonna go to jail because that's not what suing is, but I'm glad Dot got her money, for real. Like, the pacing felt really good. Like, there were no parts where I was like, I need to skip ahead, like this is too much. Actually, I was going back to rewatch parts because that's how crazy it was. It was just witnessing the disrespect of Dot while she is still madly in love with him just really brought you into the story because you want her to get justice. Like, I'd say after the first 20-30 minutes, like, you're not sitting here impartial like, oh, where's the verdict gonna go? You're like, this should be Dot's way or the highway. Like, there's no other way that this could end. But just like how they were talking in court, you really didn't know. Like, when they got to the verdict, I truly did not know which way it was gonna go. Like, I was genuinely worried that Lynn was gonna win, and that's really scary. That's a really scary thought. It was a really good movie. I give it 4 stars, I think. Yeah, it's a really good movie, very underrated, I think. I haven't seen any of my friends watch it or rate it, but I would definitely recommend it. Like, it was genuinely like a good movie. I was very compelled. It was only an hour and a half, so it was pretty short. I'm genuinely really surprised because I'm not really a drama genre type of person, like strictly, like obviously this was like romance or whatever, but I'm not a strictly drama type girl. Like, it's just, to me, it's just not that interesting, or like it gets really boring really fast. But I really enjoyed that movie. Like, that was a really good movie, and I think, like how I said X2 could be like a really good case study for like how to do ensemble cast, I think this movie could be like a really good case study for like how to play with structure in film to make a simple concept that just much more elevated. It is 12:45 a.m. We have 1 movie left, so I'm gonna boot that up soon. Checking in to tell you that these people are freaked out of their minds. And the reason I'm checking in now, and we're over halfway through the movie, there's like 45 minutes left, is because it is 3 a.m. it's the next day, because I finished watching that movie at 3:30 a.m. I couldn't even think. That's why you didn't get that many clips, because I literally could not think. But let's talk about it. It was fine. It definitely didn't need to be 2 hours. I felt like that runtime was a little bit long for what the movie was. It's basically about Julia Roberts' character. Her name is Hillary. She becomes a nurse for a very sick, rich guy. He's like 28, I think. She's like 23. And he has leukemia, and he puts an ad in the paper like, I need a beautiful woman to take care of me. And she gets the job. And it's basically just about their relationship, because she like drives him to chemo and like helps him through like all the symptoms of chemo and stuff. And then like later in the movie, he's like, my chemo is gone, let's move upstate. And they do, and then they fall in love. And then she discovers that he never finished his chemo. Hello? Like, it was fine. I will say one thing I really hated about this movie is the whispering. The whispering needed to end. Most of the time I couldn't hear a thing Victor was saying, who was the main guy character. Could not hear what he's saying, because he was whispering the entire time. Like, every other character was fine except for him. The ending is ambiguous, kind of. We don't know if Victor survived, if he lived a very long life after they went back to the hospital so he could finish his chemo. Honestly, I don't think I care if Victor lived or died or not. His character wasn't, honestly, none of the characters really, like, it drew me in for real. Like, I just didn't really care. And like I said, it really did just feel like the movie was just dragging on for way longer than it needed to be. Like, I guess it's kind of like a good movie that you could put on in the background, but it's definitely nothing I would pay to go see. There was nothing super special about it. The writing was fine, cinematography was fine, score was fine, performances were fine. The only complaint I had about the performances is that he needed to stop whispering so much. It was just an okay movie, especially compared to the other 2 movies that I watched. Like, it just wasn't, like, multiple times throughout that movie, I considered turning it off so I could go to bed, because that felt more important to me. But I knew if I turned it off, I would not rewatch it in the morning. So I just finished it, and it was okay. I think I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd. It was fine. It was whatever. In terms of ranking all 3 movies that I watched, I'd definitely say X2, The Price of a Broken Heart, and then, of course, Dying Young. The first 2 movies really got me. Like, I was really into it. The last one, not so much. So I guess this answers the question of, are random movie generators good? And I would say yes, because I wouldn't have thought to rewatch the second X-Men movie specifically. And I definitely never would have heard of The Price of a Broken Heart or Dying Young without those. And though Dying Young didn't really like grab me, like I didn't like it that much, I still am happy that I watched it, because it's just like, I don't lose anything from watching it. I didn't lose any brain cells. Like, it wasn't like a bad movie. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Like I said, I'm not a huge drama person. I definitely will, I think, use these generators in the future, just because it's like, they were helpful. I didn't have to even think about what movie I wanted to watch. I just had something else give me the movie, and that was awesome. And again, I watch movies I wouldn't even think I should have watched, or would have been like, yeah, this is the movie I want to watch right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you like, subscribe, tell me what your favorite unexpected banger of a movie is. I would love to know, so I can add it to my watch list. Anyways, love you so much.